Hey awesome ones, Heather here.
And Bill here.
And today you're loving the recipe, so we got this is another barbecue, and it's a chicken dinner with some sauces, and also it's a light kind of dinner because we have a spinach salad, and I've got a maple syrup dressing with nuts and dried cranberries. Oh, I can't wait to show it to you. It's super easy peasy.
Yeah, and the shish kebab recipe we did in the other video, we're going to put that at the end screen so you can check that out as well. This video we're going to be doing today is going to be indirect heat on the barbecue.
That's really different than the shish kebab one we did because the shish kebabs were like right on the fire, right?
Yeah, I was constantly turning we didn't have the automatic spit, so I was constantly turning them, but this is cooking by indirect heat, and it takes a little longer, but it's so good.
Yeah, and it doesn't really, like, remember in the old days you used to just char them, and it doesn't do that,
Wait
right?
a minute, what are you saying?
I remember, but anyway, he's really got a master to this charcoal barbecuing now, and even if it's a rainy day, you can also make this chicken kind of dinner in the oven. So let's get started. It all starts in just a few seconds. So as many of you might remember, we came to a downsized yard, and we kind of upgraded it in 6 hours. I'm going to put the video up there because it's a really tiny yard. It was a total mess, and we got it kind of updated and renovated in less than 6 hours. So what we want to talk to today is charcoaling. Now, if you're the kind of person that just doesn't get it with charcoaling, maybe you've tried it, but you always are burning the food or something like that, it does take a little bit of practice. Really, that's what it takes. And Bill's had lots and lots of practice. He's been doing this for years now, so let's bring in Bill.
You know, Heather's absolutely right. When I first started off doing the charcoal barbecuing many moons ago, I burnt more than we ate. Anyways, what you have to do first, just get everything ready before you start. Of course, you have to start with a barbecue. This is the kettle style, holds lots of food, and I love it. And of course, one thing I prefer, I love using the gloves when I'm cooking as opposed to mitts, because I find with the gloves, first of all, I can handle everything a lot better, and I'm not going to get cut. And again, as Heather mentioned earlier, you got to be prepared, especially when you're doing charcoal barbecue. So let me just show you here. If Heather's on the camera again today, so maybe Heather can follow me. What you have to have, gotta have some coals. Make sure you have them before you start. I've been there before. I love these coals, they're just amazing. Fire starters, I just throw those into the coals and light them, and of course a little bit of igniter fluid to help it along. Make sure you have something to light it with. And then over on the barbecue part itself, let me just put this down over here. What I do first is I have to prepare this. So down here, the coals that I used the last time, if I haven't already, I'm going to do this, and what that does is all the ashes fall through and they capture in this bucket here, and then after it's emptied into the green bucket when it starts to fill up. So, and now we're all ready. I'm going to have this cleaned. It's already cleaned, but I'm going to clean it again. We're going to put the coals in. I don't know if Heather, if you want to have a look down in here to maybe to show the people how big this actually is. So the coals will go all in here. Usually I put them on one side so we can do indirect cooking. The coals will be here and the food will be over here, and I'll show you that in just a minute. All right, so let's get this going. Now, first of all, make sure the barbecue is set back enough from any flammables such as a fence or that, which this one is pretty good. We've got it leveled off as well. Now we're going to get the coals in. That's the initial thing to do.
You're just putting them on one side, Bill?
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, depending on how much food you're cooking, if you're just cooking one hamburger, you're only going to need a little bit, but that should do it.
We have 6 chicken breasts.
Yeah,
that's enough?
That'll be enough, yeah. We're going to just have it on this side, and then, like I say, we'll have this for the indirect heat over here. So I'll be back to you in a sec, and I'm going to get these organized. All right, so the second part is, if you want to come closer, I put the fire starters in. Now I've got about 4 of them. You strategically place them around. There's one under here, and then I cover them with the coals. so that when they do light, they're actually in little plastic bags, but it lights and it catches everything. So they're strategically placed.
We're going to put on the blog some of these items if we can find them too.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Okay.
I love these things because there's no mess on this. It's all in a little plastic bag. And then I'm going to give it, this is just to get it going. I don't like to put too much on.
No, you don't.
But that'll just get it going. So.
And folks, we'll also on the blog, like I said, we'll link back some of these products for you so you can get them. And the link will also be in the description. So
Absolutely.
You're doing the lighting now, Bill?
We're going to do the lighting. So here we go.
Okay, go ahead.
So, and I'm lighting the fire starters. So, see how quick
Oh, you're
that
lighting
lights?
the fire starter.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you now. And how long will this take before they turn like that nice gray and or white color and you know we're ready to start cooking?
This is probably, based on the amount of coals we have right here,
Yeah.
this is probably going to take about 15 to 20 minutes. And when they're white hot, or sorry, when they're gray, they're white hot and they're ready to cook on. They'll be at the perfect temperature and we're set to go. So
Now you can see you probably don't want to be doing this on a deck or near flammable items because
or indoors.
yeah, this is definitely going
You
now.
don't want to do that indoors. All right, I mentioned earlier I did clean the grill, but I'm also going to give it another clean, and I'm going to let the flames kind of help do that. I've also got my barbecue brush, and it's not wire, because a lot of times the wires, I've been reading reports, come off into the food, and we don't want that. So let's get this on.
Good thing you got those gloves on, eh, Bill?
Yeah, I don't even feel that. Oh, no. And then
Get
what
right
I
in
do-
there. Yeah, because you don't want last week's food, I should say. There, you got to clean it off, and that heat is helping to clean as well,
yeah.
right?
For sure. Boy, that's coming along pretty good right now. And Heather's had a moment to relax from her camera duties.
Yeah, you know what? I used to sort of be up in the kitchen working away while he was down here, and not anymore. So quite a few minutes ago, I was working away in the kitchen. So let's go a little back in time, and I'll show you what I was doing. So in the warmer weather, you want to have maybe a low-calorie meal, something that's really, really easy to prepare. So get out your pens and maybe write down this recipe. It's really not that difficult. What we're going to make is a jerk chicken, and then we're going to make a spinach salad with a maple dressing. So, but anyway, so one of the things, if he's going to be doing the barbecuing, what I've got to make sure I do is I'm not going to be stuck in the kitchen even making a baked potato in a hot oven. If I'm making a potato salad, I'm going to make it maybe in the morning, or if I'm going to make a salad, I'm going to make it right then. So let's just get to the wonderful recipe here. All right, first of all, you need boneless chicken breasts. They're boneless and they're also skinless. And then I get a jar of this, this just happens to be Grace barbecue jerk sauce. It's not really spicy at all. As a matter of fact, you might want to add a bit of spice to it, but I just added that to the chickens, and I'm going to put them in the fridge, and they're going to be waiting. I'm doing this about maybe an hour before he's going ahead and putting on the coal. So let's get to the salad now. So just before we get to the salad, I just want to, I don't know if you guys do this, but we always mark the date on the end of the bottles, or maybe somewhere in here. I don't know, sometimes you find something, it's been in your fridge and you don't know how long it's been there or how long it's been open, so we do that. Also, what I wanted to mention to you is that if you don't like spicy at all, there's all kinds of rib and chicken sauces out there that are lighter and they're yummy, so you can do that. So for the salad, now he's probably about 10 minutes away maybe from starting up the coal, so let's get going on this salad. This is really easy, and I'm not even using measuring spoon, you know, just grab a spoon here. Grab some oil. And this is 100% virgin olive oil I'm using here. So I'm going to do two of these. 2 tablespoons basically. And then I'm going to get some real maple syrup, 100% maple syrup. Yeah, you can use maybe, you know, store-bought, just sugary stuff, but oh my God, this is so good. So what I'm going to do here, 2 of these as well. Oh, I could just eat that right now. It's so good. Oh, that's the wrong color. Oh well, that's fine. And then over here, what we'll do is I've got some balsamic vinegar, so I'm just going to put that in there as well, but just 1 tablespoon for that one. Okay, and then done. And I'm just going to whisk that around a little bit. Isn't that difficult? All right, so that's that. What I'm going to do now is I have some store-bought, this has all been washed and everything. This is spinach, really good for you. You've got to get your spinach. And what I do now is I just, Just going to throw in as much as I think we can eat. Yeah, I guess we can eat about that much. So that's what I'm doing there. That's it. Maybe a little more because I did put a few tablespoons in there. Leave it like that. And for the topping, I have this amazing, I just bought it at the store. It's organic. It has cranberries, it has pumpkin seeds, it has a little bit of coconut in there, really, and there's some other nuts as well. Now I'm going to be putting this on at the end, but right now, and if you don't have, what I used to use was cashews and the dried cranberries, and I would save them till the end, but I'm just going to put some plastic wrap over this, take it down, and let's go see what Bill's up to.
Thanks, Heather. Well, as you can see, what I've got here is the coals are white hot, ready to go, and I'm going to throw on some of the chicken. Now, I did mention I was going to put the chicken on indirect heat, and I still am going to do that. But what I'm doing first, it's just marinated. I'm putting it on the direct heat first for probably a few seconds and flip it over, and then I'm going to be moving the chicken over to the far side where the coals aren't.
So I guess that's what you're doing there, is you're giving it that little bit of caramelization, that little bit of barbecuing, I guess you could call at first, and then you put it on the indirect.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, and they're going to turn out just amazing. Just look at them already. So we started our barbecue a little late tonight, but it doesn't matter. We've got the light from the camera, we've got the light around us. So these have been on the directly over the coals for about 30 to 60 seconds. So now I'm just going to flip them over, and I just like both sides kind of get started. Okay, so I'm going to leave it like this for about another minute, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move them over to the indirect heat, and I'm also going to cover it so that it keeps the heat in there and they cook even better. Alright, so now I'm ready to flip them over to the indirect side.
So indirect heat.
Right, so I'm taking them off the coals, directly over the coals.
How are those gloves working?
Oh, they work great. Able to handle everything. This one here I'm going to put back for a second. I just want to get that going a little better. So they're all on the indirect, and what I'm going to do is cover it up. And I'm going to be checking on this periodically. I'm not just going to leave it for the 25 minutes. I take it off, I adjust them, I flip them. If one's further away, I'll move it closer, just so they all cook equally. So it's a little bit of a trick that way.
So I have a question for you. You have 6 on the grill right now. What if there was only 4 on the grill or something like that? Is it still 25 minutes because you want to cook chicken through, right?
It's still going to be the same time. Exactly. I want to cook it through. It's just about the space here. So I'm flipping them more, moving them around because there are more of them.
So how you doing, Bill?
What day is it now?
It's not that late. It's only about 9 o'clock,
well,
but...
No, we do know our time management. We just wanted to have a later dinner tonight. It's a lazy days of summer, so why not, right?
Last weekend we started the meal at like 9:45, remember?
Yeah, I mean, we don't do that all the time. It's better to eat a bit earlier. But you know what? Today we were out and about, and we ate earlier, so now we're ready to eat.
Summertime.
All right, so it's been about 10 minutes now of about 20-25 minutes cooking the chicken, and I'm just going to give them a little flip here to make sure they're cooking evenly.
Are the coals still hot?
Oh, they're white. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it with the light there, but
yeah.
they just, oh, white hot, ready to go. Okay, let's check on them now. The 25 minutes is up and looking good. I've moved them over to this side just before we went back on camera. I'm just going to give them one more flip here, and then I'm going to cut them and make sure they're ready to go.
You're just cutting one to check, right? Just make sure that it's not still bloody inside.
Yep. What I think I'm going to do is I'll cut the thickest one, and then that way we'll be able to tell. Oh yeah, I don't know if you can see that.
It looks perfect.
Yeah, it's good. And now I'm going to put this in a clean bowl and take it up to Heather, and we're going to enjoy.
All right, let's do it.
I'll see you up there.
So we're going to have kind of a romantic dinner in the gazebo. Do you remember when we made up this gazebo? That didn't take us hardly any time at all, and it keeps the bugs out and all that sort of thing. So I'll put it up there so you can take a look at it. But let's toss the salad. So everything, as you recall, is in the bottom of the salad. So what I'm going to do now is just, you see, it's still pretty fresh. I kept it covered up. And what I'm also going to do at this particular point, and not before because you don't want them to get all soggy, is I'm just going to sprinkle some of this nut mixture on there. Oh, it's so delicious, and it's so good for you. Nuts and berries and all that stuff is so good for you. So let's just start with Bill's plate over here. So I'm just going to sort of put a little bit of that on there for him, and take some of this absolutely amazing chicken that he made right there. And there you have a very low calorie but yummy dinner. And I'm just going to snap my fingers right now. I'm going to show you the evening time. So here we have it. It's kind of romantic, but wait a minute. We forgot somebody. So we forgot about little Hurricane. Hey, Hurricane. Hurricane usually sits in a little bed in the gazebo while we're having our dinner. He's a very good boy, and you don't get any table scraps. You know that, yeah. You know, we hope you enjoyed this very light recipe for yourselves in the hot summer weather, and of course Bill's grilling expertise that he shared with all of you. And what we want to do is we want to do a few more food ones, and those are usually on Tuesdays. So it's Tuesday with lifestyle, travel, food, all that kind of thing. And then on Fridays, of course, it's beauty and fashion. I'm melting right now, so don't look at my makeup today, but anyway. Oh, but you like it, right? Anyway, so, and by the way, we're now doing Instagram. Every single day we have posts, and that's /awesomeover50. So until next time, enjoy. We only have so many summers, everybody. Enjoy them and keep it awesome.